this corner just keeps giving. Cleaned it out, another bottle fell out here. Whoa, that's wild. I'm on Locust Street in Yankton, South Dakota. The house behind me was built in the early 1900s, but there's a map from 1875 that shows an early structure here. I got permission to excavate the backyard in search of artifacts, and it's possible we'll find artifacts from both this house and the earlier structure. We'll see how it goes. This is a classic turn-of-the-century style house. It could have actually been made by Sears and Roebuck. And the backyard is wide. I believe it's a double wide lot, 100 feet in length. There's a good amount of ground to cover back here. There is a cement slab and a garage, but we'll get out a grid and start probing. If you look close, you'll see I kicked some marks in the ground. I pushed a probe rod in and hit a loss of compaction, along with some stove ashes and a few objects. That's a good indicator of an early site. We'll get this thing opened up. Just about through the cap layer. We have a few pieces exposed here. Looks like some glassware. Let's see. Looks like a prescription bottle. All right, John B. Hudson, pharmacist, Yankton, South Dakota. I've dug a bunch of these before. It has an 1892 patent date on bottom. Looks like some kind of food product, maybe a pickle bottle. Sometimes these will have a little monogram on them. This one doesn't. Has some nice bubbles in the glass though, tooled top. All right, little shoe fly liquor flask. Looks like a pre-1900 piece. Another tooled top. Just about into the use layer. Looks like a old ketchup bottle here. I might have something underneath it as well. Yeah, tooled top ketchup. Sometimes these will have the manufacturer's name, company name. Not on this one. Huh. Might have an embossed one here. I think it might be an embossed drugstore bottle. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Let's see. Oh wow, what's going on with this? Lactopeptine, New York Pharmacal Association. So it's in a French square style drugstore bottle, but I believe this is a patent medicine. That looks like a pickle bottle. No embossing, it's a tooled top. And as you can see, we found a cable line. I'll have to work around that. Another ketchup. It actually looks like it has some ketchup residue inside of it still, and that's another tooled top example. Still working through the cap layer and located a few more bottles. Looks like we're getting close to the use layer. The ground's starting to soften up. Let's see, I don't want to break it. What do we have here? This is a very unusual bottle. made by the Whittle Tatum Company. Looks like a prescription bottle, but it could be some kind of toiletry. Could have held some kind of hand cream or oil of some sort. Let's see, it's a tiny one. Got some embossing. Purdy and Brecht, druggist, Yankton, Dakota territory. That's wild. Okay, so this predates the state of South Dakota. November 3rd, 1889 is when South Dakota became a state, so this was made prior to that. Let's see here. It's a cologne bottle. Top's broken. They must have broken it, prying the cork out. No, you know what? We've got some writing on it. You know what? There's not enough to make out. You can see there is some writing on the shoulder, but yeah, definitely some kind of cologne bottle. It's a prescription bottle. G.W. Frost and Company, City Drugstore, Yankton, South Dakota. So this may be the biggest example of these bottles I've dug. This was likely an 8-ounce. Let's see, tool top ketchup bottle. No embossing, dates back to about 1905. Getting into the use layer on this side, there's several pieces here, then some broken glass as well. This is a very tiny bottle. This might be the smallest bottle I've ever dug, and you know what? This could be an oldie. It might predate a lot of the stuff in the pit. It looks like it has a flared lip on it. It's hard to say for sure though. Working around this line's been a nightmare. Looks like a little cologne bottle. Huh. What's this say? Hoyt's 10-cent cologne. Hoyt, I believe, was a German cologne manufacturer. His bottles are found all across the US. Let's see. Looks like some kind of preserve or pickle bottle. See those specks? Those are undigested seeds. I believe we're digging in an old outhouse pit. Alright. Looks like a... You know what? This is an old milk bottle. This is a very early milk bottle. It's a tooled top. You can see it had a slug plate here. It was discarded because it was broken. These were almost always returned. This is actually remarkable for this part of the country. Oh, looks like a lamp chimney. It's a, yeah, got a pie crust top on it. Machine made piece. This is circa 1900, maybe a little earlier. All this stuff. Wow, that's got an interesting pattern. It's got some leaves on it. Looks like a semi-porcelain type plate. Was more ornate than anything. Oh, little prescription bottle. It's got some paneled sides. It looks like it's a early druggist lip style. I'd put it at about 1895. Oh wow, what's this? Okay, a Whitmore bottle from Boston. You know, these might be a little early. I'm thinking this could be circa 1890, maybe even back into the 1880s. That's a really nice color. What's this? Oh wow. Yeah, this has to have a stamp on it. Let's see. It's C. Hatsworth, New NW England. So that's kind of got a brown glaze to it. I've noticed, well, it's a transferware. This is usually earlier. I'd probably put this at the 1880s, some kind of a serving tray of some sort. On the northwest corner of this pit, and there's all kinds of stuff here. I uncovered this, appears to be a beer bottle first. Looks like a, okay, no, it's a, I believe a pharmaceutical type product. MCW on the base. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Likely the company that manufactured the product sold in this. It's a tooled top. There's another one. There's all kinds of stuff in this corner. And another one. Let's see here. Oh wow. Okay, this is a cologne bottle. Still got the glass stopper, and it looks like it was a glass on glass. Now you know what? I dug that broken one earlier with writing on it. I think this is the whole one. So it's from Paris. Lieutenant Peaver. Written on the shoulder there. You can see that, Lieutenant Peaver, then Paris. Yeah, France was notorious for manufacturing toiletries, so yeah, definitely some kind of cologne. And another one. Okay, could be a little patent med of some sort. It's a tooled top, there's no embossing on it. Alright, this could be a prescription bottle. You know what? There's no embossing on this thing. It's full of some kind of powder. My best guess would be some kind of pharmaceutical product. And looks like a shoe polish. Oh, glycerol. Okay, this is a tooled top. I've dug these before. My guess is some kind of patent medicine. Looks like it's full of groundwater. Alright. What do we have here? Huh. This one's unusual. Looks like some kind of toiletry, but there's no embossing. Kind of interesting with those rounded edges on it. Okay, what do we have here? Looks like a little apothecary type bottle. It could have had little pills in it of some sort. Kind of homeopathic vial. Alright, yeah, some kind of ball neck panel extract bottle, no embossing, would have had a paper label on the front. Broken mason jar. I don't know what this thing is. It seems to have an odd shape. What? I've never seen one of these. This is weird. It's not broken. It's got some kind of a flat panel on bottom, and it has some kind of oil inside of it. No embossing. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even begin to guess what this thing is. this corner just keeps giving. I cleaned it out. Another bottle fell out here. Whoa. Arden Clark Druggist, Vermilion, South Dakota. I don't think I've ever seen one of these. This style I know was made by the Dean Foster Company. This dates back to right around 1890. This is a remarkable find here. There's another little drugstore bottle. No embossing. This is getting early though. It's a Philadelphia oval style with a druggist style lip on it. That kind of sharper lip at the end. This is, again, 1880s, 1890s. Alright, what do we have here? Oh wow, some kind of a, I don't know, candy dish or tray of some sort. It's a pressed glass piece. It has some damage on the back. That's likely why it was discarded, but it's remarkably whole for what I usually find. There's all kinds of stuff down here. Got an embossed bottle. Let's see, there's all kinds of embossing. 4 ounce. Marchand's peroxide of hydrogen. Medically? New York, or medical, it's medical hydrogen peroxide. So that's a tooled top on it. I like how proper it sounds back in the day. Peroxide of hydrogen, that's a cool bottle. Looks like a cylinder whiskey, 3-piece mold, tooled top, circa 1890. Looks like we have a couple prescription bottles here. Just about got them out. Here we go. John B. Hudson Pharmacist, Yankton, South Dakota. Again, that's an 1892 patent on this thing. Let's see. And another one. Yeah, and these are made by the Whittle Tatum Company. I've dug a ton of these from a ton of different druggists. There's a little, oh, there it is. These little homeopathic vials. This one's got some kind of, looks like powder inside of it. Yeah, some kind of apothecary pharmaceutical product, likely. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff in here. A bunch of broken lamp chimneys. I believe this could be a ring off of a wagon hub. It could be off of a barrel, something along those lines. What do we have here? Excelsior Drugstore, Yankton. Now, you know what? I don't think I've ever dug one of these in that Whittle Tatum style. This is that 1892 patent. And I'm working my way across the bottom. I saw some kind of an ornate glassware piece here. Let's see, everything's kind of packed in down here. I got a couple pieces, so this is interesting. I believe it's pressed glass. You can see it has a couple legs on it. The backside is damaged, likely why they discarded it. This could have been a toothpick holder or some kind of just decorative piece of some sort. And it looks like some kind of Bakelite piece. Sometimes these have threads. There's a thread on that end and a thread on this end. Now, I have no idea what this thing was. If anyone has an idea, feel free to drop a comment. Let's see. Oh, this is unusual. I think I've dug one of these before. The one I dug had embossing on it. I don't think this one does. It could be a perfume atomizer. It's a tooled top. Yeah, looks like a plate. Okay, it's got some kind of a brown stenciling on it. Columbia Semi-Porcelain, Johnson Brothers, England. They had a major company back in the day. All sorts of patterns. This one I believe is an 1880s style. Okay, another one of these peroxide of hydrogen, Marchand's peroxide of hydrogen, medicinal, New York. So it was medicinal hydrogen peroxide. This one's got a tooled top. Looks like some kind of pickle bottle, pickled goods container. Now the top's knocked off, but these usually don't have any embossing. It's a tooled top pickle bottle. I'd put this at about 1890. Here's a bulb. This could have been associated with that bakelite piece. I'm not completely sure. I've seen these before. It's an early form of rubber. Could have been to a breast pump. I've found the sides and bottom. I'm working my way through this little trash layer. I saw some biscuit porcelain here. Looks like some doll parts. Looks like yeah, some kind of German-made doll. There's the face, goes something like that. And sometimes these will have marks on them, the name of the doll or the size. Okay, this one has 1900. So that's, I believe, the year. So this would have been made in Germany in 1900. Looks like we've got another one here. Huh. There's definitely a girl living at the residence, likely the daughter of the folks who lived here. I think this might be the last piece. Little machine-made homeopathic vial. This pit's done. The pit's all finished up. We had a good haul. Everything dated back to around 1890. Got a good variety here. Some chemical bottles, liquor bottles, broken ironstone, semi-china pieces, lamp chimney, ketchup bottles, pharmaceuticals, some pickled goods containers, that oil bottle, shoe polish, homeopathic vials. We've also got some patent medicines, broken dinnerware, and a good few embossed drugstore bottles, including that one from Vermilion and the Dakota Territory piece. Those two were no doubt my favorite. Well, there you have it. We'll get this thing filled back in. You'll see I kicked some marks in the ground. This is an area I found that had a loss of compaction. I also hit some stove ashes and glass down there. That's a good indicator of an early site. It's at least 5 feet deep. We'll get it opened up. about 4 feet down, I seem to be getting into some kind of use layer, and this stuff seems early. I'm guessing it predates the house that's standing here. That's a good sign. There's all kinds of stuff down here. This looks like a ribbed type bottle. Look at that. That's early. That's an old pepper sauce. See, it's got the rib design on it, no embossing. It looks like some kind of liniment. This is definitely pre-1900 tooled top. Some kind of prescription bottle, French square style. No druggist name embossed, unfortunately. Again, pre-1900. As well as china. There's some stuff behind it there. That's an early pattern. We might have a full plate here. Got a full plate. Looks like some kind of English marking on the bottom. Okay, Johnson, England. It was the Johnson brothers, I believe. It's a semi-porcelain piece. You can see that brown color. That's always indicative of earlier china from the company. That's ornate. Looks like some kind of a dish, some kind of a pressed glass, I believe. That's, again, pre-1900 for sure. Whoa, look at that. That's a big doll head. It seems the family that lived here may have been well off. It no doubt broke and then they threw it down the pit. What is this thing? Oh, it's an old creamer. This thing is early. Look at that, it's extremely thin. Super fragile. That handle is something else. Got a couple bottles here. They look early. Wow. That's a Blake style prescription bottle made by the McCully Glass Works. This thing's got to be 1870s, 1880s. That's amazing. Looks like a extract type bottle. It's paneled, no embossing. What do we have here? Oh, this is an early prescription bottle made by the Illinois Glass Company. Looks like it has some kind of panels on the sides as well. I'm not sure if I've dug one of this style. Wow, look at that. This is a ground lip Mason's patent jar. It's got a monogram on it. This thing's got to be 1880s, maybe late 1870s. I think we've got something embossed here. Some kind of an aqua color. This pit seems to be just incredibly early. French luster. Some kind of a shoe polish. That's an early piece. Looks to be pre-1890 for sure. And a little prescription bottle. F&F Company on the bottom. You can see it would have had a paper label on the front there. And we have here, wow, this is amazing. This is Alaska Red, I believe the pattern is. It's got a British registry mark. I'm not an expert on this, but I believe this dates back to the 1860s or 70s, and the pattern on it's amazing. Finding something like this in the Dakotas is outstanding. This is day one of settlement. Got a few pieces, including what I believe could be an old lamp. Uncovered this first. Let's see, nice. I believe it's a pressed glass cologne bottle. It's in the shape of an old-time revolver. I don't find these often. I do find them once in a while, though. It's like oh, Dr. Price's delicious flavoring extracts. Okay, I've dug these in early pits across the Dakotas. I was pulling these up on a military fort as well. So something here. Looks like a, yeah, a little saucer for a girl's tea set. So we found that doll head in this. They definitely had at least a girl living in the house. Now, what do we have here? Looks like some kind of lamp. It's stuck in there. It might be intact. Whoa! Look at that. This thing's, it's pressed glass. I'm guessing 1860s or 70s. Would have been filled with whale oil, possibly kerosene. This is one of the coolest things I've found. The pit is all finished up. It was an early one for this part of the country. Got a good variety of pieces. A lot was broken, although a lot of these earlier sites, things were reused until broken. Got some canning jar pieces, a lamp base, that cologne bottle shaped like a gun, a little oval medicine, a few prescription bottles, a couple extracts, shoe polish, pepper sauce, pitcher, some plates. We did find the rest of the pieces to that Alaska Red. There's some more fragments, a couple broken lanterns. Well, there you have it. We'll get this thing filled back in and move on to the next spot.